Thank you for joining me today. This is your boy, the underscore MOB366, bringing you a clip of the Battle Armor Level 1. So I'm going to get into what I think about the Battle Armor Level 1 mode, and I'm going to tell you some tips on this game mode in case it does become normal that we just spawn with this level 1 armor, which I am not a fan of the idea of starting with level 1 armor and a P2020. So with this game mode, you can't get better armor, so you just need a weapon. So a lot of people don't go to this place, and there's just weapons galore. So that's why I picked the survey camp. The survey camp has tons of weapons. You can find probably what you're looking for in a gun, and that's pretty much what you need in this game mode at level 1 is a gun. So there's gun racks right there, had 3 different. You can find what you're looking for, and there's pretty good loot, but I wouldn't say in the regular game mode there's a lot of good armor here. So you'll find guns and weapons, but you won't find really good armor. But in this game mode, armor is not an issue. You only have the 1 armor. So finding your weapon, getting tons of ammo, getting some heals, some shield cells is key in this game mode. So as you see, we landed here. I played a few rounds on this. I'm not a big fan of this game mode. I don't like the fact that you spawn with a P2020. Now, if they were to introduce this into the game, I could see starting with a white armor, but no gun. I think you should have to go find your gun. Now, when you in this game mode, when you respawn, you spawn with a white shield. You spawn with a P2020 with no ammo, which I think respawning, they should incorporate it when you respawn in the game. Just in general, you should have a white shield and a P2020 with a few bullets. That's my personal opinion. I think that would be great. It would give more incentive, so that way when you drop down out of the ship, you just don't die right away. You could put up a little fight. So I think they should look at that. I think that would be great for the game and all around whole. I don't know about starting with armor though. I'm not a big fan because they take the armor out if they do that. And one of the great parts about this game is you can armor swap in the middle of a fight. There's like 5 white armors just laying around. You can go hit someone, get hit, go armor swap, you're at full armor again. Where in this game mode you already have this, so there's no armor laying around, so you can't armor swap real quick. So I think that's a big downfall to having just armor everywhere. I mean, you'd have more blue armors, I think, around the map if you started out with white armor, because that takes white armor out of the game pretty much. So I hope that they don't instate this into the game. But I mean, tell me what you think. Leave a comment. Do you think they should continue with having armor and a P2020 in the actual game mode? I'm not a big fan, but I would like to hear what you guys think. So here we're still looting up. We're in the circle, so we don't have to really run around a lot. I mean, I'm running around looting this area, making sure I got plenty of health, plenty of ammo, trying to get the best stuff I can have for when we do get in a fight. Because there's certain weapons in this game mode where they hit you once, you're dead. So, like the Kraber, if someone had a Kraber in this game mode, they could shoot you literally in the foot and you would die in one hit. So I was not a fan of this game mode. There was a lot of people just jumping early and getting into fights, and it was just crazy. People leaving as soon as they get down. I'm not a fan of this game mode. So I see the care package. I want to go check it out, see if they got a devotion, because a devotion would just tear right now. But like I said, a Kraber, I'm not personally good with the Kraber. I think I've only used it like in 2 matches, and I mean I hit a dude my first shot on one of them, but after that it was just I was just missing left and right. So I try not to get the Kraber because it only has a few rounds in it, and you can't pick up more ammo for it. So once you're out, it's just done. But if I'm in the middle of a fight and I need to shoot long range and they're right there, I might pick it up, swap, take a few shots, and then swap back to my other gun. But I don't plan on really carrying a Kraber around unless I'm just memeing or something. So I pinged the Kraber because I know it's a one shot, and hopefully one of them are better with it than me. But who knows? So they would look like they were going to go the opposite way. I was trying to steer them back because there was that Kraber. Plus, we have the height advantage over here. People have to come to us. I don't like necessarily just running around the map when you're in the ring, because people are going to have to come to you. I know some people might call that camping, but I don't feel like it's camping, because we're not. See, we got in a fight here. We're just out in the middle of the open running around. I don't know where these guys are, so I went to get some cover. Ulted so I can maybe get around them, get some vision on them, and my teammate gets down. I still don't see him. Then I see the one guy. I threw my clone out there just to mess with them, because if they shoot it, it lets me know where they are. So they got one dude down on their team, so it's 1v2 down to the other one. And then it's just me and Wraith. She's hurt though. Hurt and running. So as you see, I shot a few bullets there and I wasn't hitting. Instead of continuing to fire, I decided to reload so that way when I did get in a fight, I had a full mag. That is key. It doesn't waste your bullets. Reloading, making sure you always have a full mag when you get into a fight, is key, because you don't want to have to reload in the middle of a fight. Like you'll see me multiple times in the middle of a fight. If I'm not hitting my bullets, I pretty much stop and just reload. See, like right here, I armor swapped right away when I'm looting this box. 1, that gives me full armor. 2, that's one reason I'm not a big fan of this, because you can't just armor swap, because there's no armor just laying around. Now, you can armor swap after you kill someone, which is good, but I'd still like to just run around, because I've took it on some people with like purple armor before with white armor, because there was a few white armors laying around, so it helps, because it throws them off, because they're like, I just broke his armor, rush him, and then I just switch, and then they're like, what, how did he charge his shield so quick? Well, I didn't charge my shields, I just armor swapped. So that comes in handy. I like to make sure I have arc stars. Arc stars come in handy because they stick to your opponent. Arc stars, I think, are one of the best grenades because once you down someone, you could throw the arc star onto them to finish them. I think the second best grenade is the flame grenade because you can wall off areas. You can stop them from pushing you if you use them correctly. And two, if there's a down an enemy, you can throw it on them and it'll just burn them and it'll finish them. So I like to have those two grenades. The frag grenades, I'm not a big fan of the frag grenade, where it comes in handy if you're trying to throw it up like around a corner or something. You could bounce it off a wall, but in general, I'm not a big fan. So in this game, I was kind of feeling my mirageness, my decoys. I just kind of wanted to play around with it. I just wanted to bamboozle some people. That's why I kind of threw my clone out. Just kind of watched them with my clone. Because Mirage is super fun to play. Now, a lot of people don't say he's good, in which he needs a buff. He needs a buff hardcore because his ult really sucks. Because you just turn invisible with the 6 clones that don't do anything. I think they should run around, kind of mimic your movement, but like in the dummies day where the ult where they ran around, I think that should be incorporated into Mirage's ult. If they did that, I think he would be fine. Now, his decoy that he sends out doesn't do anything, really. It's hard to get people, but you get people all the time if you're right there and they think you're rushing them. So, I mean, if you can use it to your advantage, you can still get people. But it is hard because, look, you're just running. But I threw it out to things. Like, if you throw it out to a crate or, like, make it look like he's looting a box, you're going to get people. You're going to bamboozle people. But if you're in a fight, it's kind of hard to bamboozle people. His ult, though, right now, even though he turns invisible, you can see his footsteps on the ground. He turns up dust or dirt, so it's not very good right now, which I'm glad that I'm pretty sure I heard that he's getting a buff in this new season, season 5, so that should come in handy. So my teammate pings him where they're wanting to get some kills. I want to keep this high ground. I mean, there's just 2 teams, so I mean, if they're really fighting, we can push them, but keeping high ground is key. See, we lose the high ground advantage in going to them, because coming down here, you're losing the height advantage, so they have the advantage if we rush them. That's why I wanted to stay where we were, but I decided to go in and poke them a little bit. Just get a little damage off, because they're popping us, my teammates anyways. So rush them a little bit, surprise them, throw them off. See, I got him with my decoy there. Wasted a few bullets. Grenades to burn them. Always carrying a few grenades comes in clutch. Now, depending on your backpack size, you might only be able to carry 1. But if you have a blue backpack, I recommend at least carrying 2 grenades. 2 grenades. But you don't want to sacrifice backpack space for you don't want to have your grenades fill up where you have heals. So I have like 5 charges right there, or 3, but if I didn't have those, I would definitely use the space for my grenades. So there's another care package. I go to loot it in case there was a Kraber, because at this point I would have definitely used the Kraber to try to one-shot him, because we're fighting from a distance and I got 2 short-range guns. But we're in zone, they're out there, so they're fighting, so I run around, try to grab some more grenades. And there's only 2 teams now, so they're probably hurt, but I want to push out as far as I can because they got to come to us. I want to be at the edge, kind of to gatekeep them.
Get out there and bamboozle.
So you always want to play to your advantage. Even though they got height on us right now, we have zone, and coming to zone, we have the high ground at the back. So once they come down, we have the high ground. But my teammate kind of goes in. He's throwing traps down, which is awesome. If you're a Caustic or a Watson and it's late game and you know where the rings, it's starting to get super small, you want to just throw your traps down just randomly out in the open where you're in the ring. So I started getting lit up right there. I decided to use my ult to just get out of there. I was losing that firefight. My teammate's getting hit, so I cancel my charge so I can rush him, maybe get that down. And then when you're charging, you can throw out your clone, which I don't think a lot of people know. And that was we just killed each other for the win. So he was probably super pissed about that. But thank you for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, leave comments, hit that notification bell so that you know when I post. Thanks for watching.